Good afternoon, everyone. It's your boy Tommy here with Kicks and Bricks, and we are live. Happy Friday. We'll be setting up for Zebra 350s. Due to drop tomorrow. It looks like everything is dropping at 10 o'clock. So, unless something changes, I may be changing my time that I'm going live. I don't think 6:15 is going to be beneficial. But I've never seen Footsites drop at 10 o'clock. They generally drop at 7 a.m. So there is a high probability that they will change their time. But we'll wait and see. So I hope everyone is doing well. Big drop tomorrow, big day tomorrow. Let's see how these are doing as far as the price is concerned. Sammy, what up? I want to see how these are holding up. I haven't checked in a few days. Changed again. All right, so not too bad. Retail is going to be 230 or 220, but I think retail is 230. So about $100. All right. Well, there should be insane amount of stock tomorrow. And I don't know if they're going to leave these as the OG pair and put a restock pair up. But we'll find out. All right. So we're going to be I'm running Mech only tomorrow. I need the checkouts for renewal. So I am running Mech only. So what we'll do is we'll set up for Footsites. I'll be running Prism. For Shopify, I'll be running Mech. And for Yeezy Supply, I'll also be running Mech as well. So let's start with setting up Prism first. We'll get that out of the way. My screens are all messed up again for some reason. I'm not quite sure. Why it's doing that, but all right. So Prism, we'll set up for Footsites, and we'll set up for Yeezy Supply as well. So Prism Inbot Harvester is generally going to be the best. How much does Mech charge when you want another instant? I think it's like $20. Hold on, let me check. Yeah, I think it's $20 for an extra instance. All right, so new task group for Footsites. I usually name it. So I'll have one group of ISPs and one group of Resis. You'll choose your site, which is Foot Locker. And then you will put your monitor input in, which I already have set up here. So it'll be CP9654. You'll choose your monitoring proxy, which because I'm trying to think. Yeah, you should be fine with monitoring. So even though ISPs are generally locked on Footsites, in order to get into queue, you have to put an ISP there. And then when you start your tasks, when queue goes up 30 minutes before drop time, all of your tasks will need to get solve a CAPTCHA to get into queue. On Prism for YS, do you put the monitor input with 5,000 delay in the same proxy? Yeah, you can do the same proxy list. I'm running a subnet for my monitor, and I'm running subnet in my tasks. You should make a video how you run your business for dummies like me. How do I run my business? I buy and sell shoes. That's it. All right. So when queue goes up, you should be restarting your tasks. What up, Rodney? You should be starting your tasks right away. Tomorrow's gonna be dead. Third-party CAPTCHAs will probably go down fairly quickly. So if you're running AutoSolve AI, that'll probably be more beneficial than running 2Cap or Cap Monster. But nonetheless, whether you're doing in-bot harvesters, whether you're doing third-party, or whether you're doing auto-solve AI, every task needs to solve a CAPTCHA to get into queue. We don't know what stock is going to be like. I think this is the first big drop with the ship to me option that's back now. So we'll find out tomorrow what's going on. This is also the first drop that they're going to be dropping at 10 o'clock. So kind of don't know what the issue is. But we'll find out. So that's generally it. I mean, the drops last about 10 or 15 minutes. Foot Locker does have cart holds. So they'll when someone gets the shoe in their cart, I think it's 5, 7, or 10 minutes they have to check out, and if they don't, it'll fall back out and then it'll go back into stock. So that's why you'll see waves of checkouts every so once in a while. What about your harvesters tomorrow on Prism? I remember you saying that Prism's harvesters should not warm up with videos before. So that was when they had issues. So from what's being relayed to me in Prism Discord is they fixed their harvester issues. Google was clipping or flagging the Gmail sessions. So it was detrimental to run sessions before YS because some of them would get flagged and then you wouldn't be able to pass splash. So far, that's what's been told to me, is that it's been fixed. So you run it how you would anything else. But that's not Footsites, that's YS. We'll get to YS in a minute. And then as far as, is any going to be, well, I guess I might as well do it. So we'll set up Foot Locker for YS, for Valor on Foot Locker as well. So it's the same thing. Any bot that you run is going to require you to solve CAPTCHAs to get into queue. So create a task group, name your task group, and then once you name it, you just simply create your tasks and your site. Now tomorrow I found some old privacy cards that are Visa that I didn't use. So I'm going to be trying those tomorrow on Foot Locker at the same time. What's good? Thanks. Damn, hit size 11 to pick up. Oh, you hit a size, or they already did ship to me? Pick up? I'm fucking exhausted, man. My mind is all over the place. But normal, you put your your PID here, choose your sizes. I'm gonna go 6.5 through 13 tomorrow. Choose your profiles, choose your proxies, and then create. Same thing. Footsites is very easy to set up for because it's the same across all bots. So now YS for Prism is self-explanatory. You create a task group, you name it, you choose Yeezy Supply, and then if you're running AYCD, you'll change that here. So you'll go to CAPTCHA settings and you will change it to auto solve. If you're running inbot, you'll leave it as default. You'll put the SKU here, which this is not the SKU because I'm not running Prism tomorrow, so I don't have it, but give me a second. I'll get it from Mech. All right. And then with Prism, you will start your tasks as soon as splash page goes up. All of your tasks should go waiting for sale. And then once sale goes live, you'll see all of your tasks turn yellow. They'll go to CAPTCHA and then they'll all go into queue. Didn't hear you, bro. How many you copy tomorrow? So I don't, to be honest, for me, maybe 4 or 5 personal. I'm not going too hard, but I have 31 ACO profiles that I'm trying to hit for. So my number is like 35, somewhere in that area. We're gonna try to go for. But you have to make sure the proxy that you're using for monitor for YS is good, because if it's not gonna catch when sale goes live, and you're gonna be delayed. So I always have my best proxy list in my monitor proxy for YS, because that's what's going to tell your task that your sale went live. And then as far as harvesters is concerned, I run 12 harvesters on Prism. I run 4 at a time. I have 4 up front, and then I have 8 as backup. So after about 5 or 6 minutes, if I'm not passing splash, I'll open up 4 more and I'll close out the original 4. And we'll keep cycling like that until we start passing. But that's pretty much it. Prism does pretty well on YS. Well, let me put it this way. When it does well, it does really well. So it's hit or miss. Sometimes it doesn't do well at all, but when it does good, which is generally most of the time, it does really well. And then as far as opening browsers, you guys do know that you can always right click and open task browser. If you get stuck or cycling cookies or anything like that, you can always try to open the task browser and check out manually. So that always helps as well. That worked for Mech on the Union drop. So am I selling API keys? No. For AutoSolve? No. How would I get that? How would I get an API key for AutoSolve? Can you use Chase credit card on Mech? You can use any credit card you want. You can use any profile you want. Rod, you're trolling me. I don't understand the question. Am I missing something? Hold on, here's our at the moment. I don't know what works. Here's the thing with Yeezy Supply is it's a dice roll on what's gonna work and what's not. Hard cards sometimes work better than privacy, works better than slash. I mean, it's all going to depend. It also depends on how well the bot handles 3DS. Some people sell their AutoSolve API keys. Oh, no. No. Not gonna happen. Nope. I got gold back there. I'm keeping all that gold for myself. I do have good Gmails. One day I'll sell them all for 25 bucks a Gmail. All right, so Valor on YS. Now, what I've noticed with Valor is it works best with one Gmail. I've tried opening 2. I've tried opening 3. I never pass Splash as well as I do when I only have one Gmail open at a time. Don't know why that is. Justin says you can run 2 or 3 at the same time. It doesn't affect anything. I see a big difference. So take with that what you want. But YS, same thing. Create a task group, enter it. What I do for YS is I name them by proxy companies. So I split it: Wolf Proxy, Diamond Proxy, Leaf Proxy, and then I do my ISPs in a separate task group as well. Can Mech also handle 3DS? Yes, Mech handles 3DS. We'll get to Mech in a second. So create your task group, create your tasks. Yeezy Supply is splash mode. Put your SKU in, which is just the SKU, not the link. Again, just the SKU, not the link. Choose your sizes, then choose your profiles, your proxy group, and that's it. Easy. Okay, and then if you're using AYCD, you'll connect to it in the CAPTCHA section. You'll place your API key in your access token. You'll connect your API key, but I've seen it work. It works way better with Inbot. Mech, Prism, and Valor, to me, they work better with Inbot. So, and then that's it. You'll also start your tasks as soon as Splash goes up with Valor as well. So as soon as Splash page goes up, you'll start all your tasks. They should also go waiting for sale. And then once sale goes live, you'll see everything go into queue. So that's it for that. Now Mech as well. And guys, if you just joined, we did grab a few more partners. Let's go ahead and switch off. So we have Heaven, we have Diamond, Wolf Proxies, and Express One Click. They're now in full effect. I use all 4 of these companies religiously. I use them for every drop for YS. I would never tell you guys to use a company that I personally don't use and I don't vouch for. Also, Rod has landed sauce servers as well. We are going to have a dedicated page for them in our Discord. For now, it's YS20, but they have daily servers for tomorrow. They have daily ISPs, and they have monthly servers as well. Rod runs them. A few people pick them up in our server as well. And I'm probably going to be moving off my Oculus server because I pay $170 a month for Oculus, and it's not a bare metal. And I pay the same for a bare metal through 10x as I do for my regular server with Oculus. So I don't see it being beneficial for me. So I'm probably going to switch it completely. Should we use Inbot for Trickle? Yes, Inbot for Trickle is what I did. I did okay with Trickle myself, and I used Inbot. Discord is $10 initial and $10 a month. All right, so Mech. This is what 90% of the people in the Discord run. This is what majority of the people are waiting for. So we'll set up for Shopify first. Let me just run through Shopify real quick and see what sites are dropping. Now, I'm assuming that Undefeated is at 10 as well, right? So we have Kith, Undefeated, Concepts, Footsites, and Yeezy Supply at 10 a.m. tomorrow. That's going to be a shit show. Most definitely going to be a shit show tomorrow. What up, TH? But yeah, guys, if you guys need some help as far as one-on-one bot support, you need more of a hands-on approach, there is a link in the description. Me and Rod do run a Discord where we pretty much help you with whatever you need, whether it's setting up Gmails, proxies, AYCD, servers, it doesn't matter. We've pretty much ran all the bots and we've done pretty much everything you need to do. So we have experience in it. We can definitely help you out. It is $10 initial and $10 a month. But yeah, it looks like everything is at 10. So unless something changes, I think we're going to switch our live time because I'm going to do a setup now. Because I'm doing a setup now versus tomorrow. 1 second, guys. All right, sorry guys. All right, so DSG at 10-2, yeah. So I think the plan is, I'm trying to think. Finish Line and JD did early access today, but they very well might drop something at 10, or they're going to be at 7. Let's see. No, everything's at 10. Yeezy Supply, JD Sports, Finish Line, Foot Locker, Kids Foot Locker, Champs, YCMC, Dick's, Nordstrom, BBC, Snipes, Jimmy Jazz, Shoe Palace, Kith, DTLR, and SNK. So, yeah, you're going to have to prioritize tomorrow. I'm going to run Kith tomorrow. That's probably going to be what I'm going to run. Kith, Foot Locker. I'll do DSG on Spoof with AYCD. And, hold on, my kid's iPad's loud as hell. 1 second, guys. All right. Shopify tomorrow on Mech. So let's set up for Kith. I guess if we were going to run Kith, we'll do Kith and Concepts. Let's do Kith Concepts, and then we can do SNK as well, since SNK and SP are going to be the same as well. Can you show me how I cannot get 3DS with a hard card? 3DS is by your bank. So it has nothing to do with you at all. It's your bank. If they request the 3DS, if they require 3DS, then it is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. The cause rug I got from Etsy. If you just type in cause rug on Etsy, you'll see a few different ones. All right, so Kith. Simple. Just create your profiles, your sizes. Now, what I'm going to do tomorrow is probably do safe and safe too. And then we do all preload, all SR. SR doesn't really, it's not a big deal. Shipping rates, you can have them. You don't have to have them. I don't think it makes a huge difference. And AI just because. There's no reason for it either. They never drop with HCAPTCHA, so it's not really required. What up, Chief? I'm running Wrath and Valor tomorrow. Okay. Wrath has been doing all right on YS. And then that's it. So here's the thing with Kith. You want to make sure that you're starting a test task group. So what I do is I usually duplicate. I have one group with just one task in it. And then right around 12 minutes too, I start it just to see where Q is at. Make sure you keep an eye. If you're in our Discord, we will ping you when to start tasks. But primarily, you want to be in your cook group. That's where you want to make sure you are. Because if I forget or Rod forgets, it's not our... That's why we don't have a cook group. Is because we bot heavy too. And we can't do both. Sometimes we may be doing something completely different. And we may forget to ping in our Discord. So we do it as a courtesy of when to start tasks, but it's not something that is required. That's what the cook group is for. And then you start tasks with enough time to get in and get out by around between 56 to 58 is kind of where you want to be with any Shopify site. It doesn't matter what it is. You want to get in and get out of queue by between 56 and 58, unless they put up a password page like Undefeated has been doing recently. If they do, now here's the tricky thing with that. If you start your tasks at say 55, 56, and you get out of queue, or you're in queue and Undefeated puts their password page up, don't touch those tasks. Leave them alone. Duplicate your task group and start safe tasks only. So you'll have one group with safe preload and you'll have one group with safe mode. Now the safe mode tasks you don't start until about a minute before release. You'll start them at high delays, 12,000, 10 to 12,000, but you'll start them about 60 seconds out. And then about 15 seconds before drop, you'll drop your delays and solve. But they usually drop H captcha. If Mech fails to solve, it'll kick into one of your harvesters. If it doesn't, then it'll just say handling challenge. What up, Henry? And then that's it. So that's pretty much all Shopify. For SNK, you may have a little bit of time to solve a little bit more. Now, the trick with SNK is they use proxy protection. So you'll start your tasks, you'll solve. They put up checkpoint at 10:08. So I usually run about 10 to 12 tasks, just safe preload. And then when about 05 is when I'll start my task, depending on where Q is. Checkpoint will go up at 08 and just solve as many as you can, but watch your task, because if any of them are stuck in submitting payment, and this is with any bot, if any of them are stuck at any point in the task process, that means you're throttled. You need to raise your delays. So give me 1 second. My kid's in the bath. I just want to make sure his water's off. 1 second. All right, so where was I? So yeah, SNK, you want to solve as many as you can before they drop product. Sometimes they drop right away. Sometimes they drop 15 seconds. Sometimes it takes a minute or two. So it really depends. You're going to have to watch your tasks and make sure you're not getting throttled from the time you solved to the time that they drop product. Shipping rates. I hit nits on SNK. Perfect. Sammy, I don't believe you. No, I'm joking. I'm sure you did. I mean, I'm not. Here's the thing. I don't think Oculus is bad. My problem is they're always down. That's my problem. That's my problem. Every time I look at their announcements, there's 2 or 3 ranges down. And if you're using them to farm your Gmails, it's a pain in the ass. Especially something like now, like right before a big drop. It's just not something that's lucrative. Keywords, it's link for SNK. Go to SNK website and go to releases. There, let me see if I can't pull it up. Yeah, just go to Shop Nice Kicks. Oh, they don't even have it. They're not even up for tomorrow. Yeah, check with your cook group. But it's usually link is what they have. Yeah, bro, the thing is the delays, bro. I'm telling you, I hit with delays at 999. But SNK doesn't drop exactly, so it has delays at 500. And then when monitor pings, I low, very, very low. Okay, so you wait for monitor to ping that they're dropping and then drop them to 900. That's actually good. 2K, you should get a text from your bank or an email with a code. That's how that works. Whatever number or email is linked to the card that you're using. Zebras look like $20 profit. If you're selling straight to StockX, yeah, but I mean, if that's all you're doing, then you need to recalculate, to reposition. If you're pushing everything to StockX, I mean, if you're doing this on the side for, you know, to collect personals for retail or to make a couple bucks on the side, that's one thing. But if this is something full time, you definitely need different avenues. No, because on StockX, they're $100. They're 330, 327, 342, 313, 407. I mean, they're okay. They're not horrible. I don't see them dropping. I mean, it depends on stock tomorrow, to be honest with you. If they're going to be beluga stock or they're going to tank. But right now, they're okay. You're looking at around 80 to 100 per pair. If I contact my bank that I'm making high purchases tomorrow, I don't know. And it's a security thing. It's not. I don't think. I'm gonna show you how to get through it on Mech. You should be fine. Yeah, bro, because lately SNK's been dropping at 10:08. I'll lower to 2,000 at 10:07. Then if it doesn't drop by 10:08:45, I'll increase to 55.55. And then 900 type the Mech monitor ping. Okay, I'm gonna try that, Sammy. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you. That's actually a good idea. I didn't think about that. Because sometimes Mech monitor catches it. Is that what you're talking about? Sometimes Mech monitor catches it before Shopify monitor. But that's it. That's Shopify, guys, in a nutshell. Everything is safe preload unless there's password page up. Every bot has a safe preload. Wrath is EXP preload. Prism is safe preload. Mech is safe preload. I don't know what Cyber is, but every bot has a safe preload. And then for YS, we'll do YS now. YS is a little bit different than other bots, so we'll get into that. You create your task group the same way you do any other time. Yeezy Supply, type in the name of your proxies. Now, here's what I do personally with Mech. I never run over 200 tasks per group and never more than 4 or 5 groups. Generally, between 600 and 750 tasks is what I run in total on Mech. This is my local instance, so there's a lot less tasks on this instance. My server has about 650, 700. But with this, Mike can push tasks into sale if they fuck around like they did last time, where they don't make the front end live and it's just the back end. Then he can force all the tasks into sale. So don't worry about clicking wait for sale. It won't hinder you anymore. He has it fixed up to where he can just force everyone in. Ike, what up? So Mech takes the entire link. So you'll go to Yeezy Supply, you'll click on the zebras, you'll copy everything, and then you will paste it here. You'll click save, Don't forget to click save. Now, then you'll choose your proxy list, your sizes, your sizes and your profiles you'll do when you're creating your tasks. Once you do your proxy list, here's your 3DS. Now for ISPs, you want to leave it as task proxy. Now what this box is this box is what powers the little white 3DS box that pops up. So when you're on confirmed app and you're putting it in and it has that white page that pops up, it's the same thing on Mech. If one of your cards require a 3DS, you'll see a white box pop up. Most of the time it disappears. Your bank doesn't need you to do anything. Sometimes it'll stay up and it'll ask you to put a code in. You'll get a code on your phone or in your email, whatever you have associated with that account that you're using. The proxy here is what is going to generate, is what's powering that white box. Now, you don't want a Resi to power that white box because Resis are super slow. They're inconsistent. Sometimes they don't work right. So on your ISP task groups, just leave it as task proxy. Don't change it. On your Resi task groups, like my Wolf Resi task groups, I take 5 or 6 ISPs, I put them in their own list in the proxy section, and I label it 3DS, and then I choose that list here. So that way, every single task group has ISPs in case I need 3DS. That's what powers that little white box, is the 3DS. Marty, if I use one profile, can I still run 1,000 tasks with a hard card, even if I get 3DS? There is no profile to task ratio. However, keep in mind that if you are checking out on 2 tasks at the same time and you only have one profile, chances are you're going to get declined. But all in all, if you're not, you can only check out about 2 or 3 pairs per profile. So keep that in mind when you're running. But on up until, because I only just added these privacy cards to Footsites for tomorrow. I usually only have 2 profiles for Footsites, and I run like 1,500 tasks. So there's no ratio of where you have to, you have to figure out, okay, I have 5 profiles, so I can only run this many tasks. Take your 5 profiles and max the bot out with as many tasks as you can run. Thinking of moving to Florida. I hear you got a couple pairs sold already, but NYC comes up to 258 total. I sell for around 315 each. Total is 228 profit per. Yeah, NYC is high taxing for sure. Florida's just as bad. Florida's just as bad, dude. I pay taxes out the fucking ass. Florida's just as bad. Full sending zebras? No. No, I'm running for my Discord. I'm full sending for them, but for myself, no. We have foam runners next week. But these 350s, I think everything is tanking, and I don't have faith in anything anymore, to be honest with you, other than foam runners and slides. Even though the off-white sneakers are completely hideous, if people can tank those, then nothing is off limits. And I get it. They're not the best looking shoe, and I understand that. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What if you're using Slash? Slash has no 3DS. Privacy has no 3DS. And no, I didn't even run, Andy. I didn't go live. I didn't run. I didn't do anything. I watched everybody else run. But I don't have any sales tax. I get them for $238. Yeah, I mean, listen, if I could get them at $238 and make $80 a pair, these would be a full send for me. But at $250 plus I have to ship them once I get them, that's another $10 or $12. That's $270. If I'm selling at $310 to make $30 or $40 to spend $5 or $6 grand, no, I'm straight. Off topic, you think Concept Air Maxes are a good hold? I don't think any of those Concept Air Maxes, if any of them, the first pair, the Mellows. I do not think the retail was way too high on the last pair. They're not much different from the other 2. I don't see them as a good hold. No, I mean, I could be completely wrong, but I just don't. Should we regen proxies tomorrow, or can we just input them now? That's up to you. I usually do it around midnight, around 11 or 12, somewhere around there. I'll just put all proxies. I'll regen break. Oh, and that's another thing, guys. Never, ever, ever, under any circumstances, I don't care who tells you what, keep the same resi lists. Your residential proxy should be regened after every single drop. Every single drop. Footsites. If you're running resis for Shopify, for proxy protection sites, for YS, I don't care what it retail, always regen your resis no matter what. No matter what. You're copping the 2s. The Union 2s? So Maxwell, live proxies don't gen. Here's the thing with live proxies. You're purchasing a set. So think of live proxies as ISPs with data. Now, they're not as fast as ISPs, but they are good quality. So you get a set list, and that's your list the entire time you have live. And now, the only time that list changes is if your plan expires and you have to buy a new plan. Then you'll get a new list. But once you buy that list, you regen. If you buy the 200 plan, that's 6 gigabytes, you regen all 200 IPs at once. You copy and paste them into a notepad file, you save it on your desktop, and you run those until your data runs out. Then you just keep renewing. That's it. You don't ever have to regen those. Those are like ISPs in that sense. You can tell you serious man staring into my soul. I'm exhausted, bro. I didn't want to do this right now, to be honest with you. I was half asleep on the couch. I was ready to take a nap. All right, so where are we at? That's it. So Lincoln for YS, we did 3DS, we went over genning proxies. So I can run 1,500 tasks on no. I don't know what lives ratio is, but it should be 1-to-1 on YS. Never ever do you run a 5-to-1 ratio on anything ever. This is my local instance, Tanner. I'm not maxing this instance out. This is my server instance. Guys, you should not be farming the emails or the Gmails that you're going to be using for tomorrow. You should already be logged into your bot with them, and you should periodically be opening up YouTube, playing about 15 or 20 minutes at a time, shutting them down. A couple hours later, run another 15 or 20 minutes of YouTube, and then tomorrow morning, same thing, around 9 o'clock, open up YouTube again, play about 5 or 10 minutes, shut them down, and then open up your harvesters for YS. You should not be farming them on AYCD or Kylan the day before a drop. What resi to task ratio? 5-to-1. So for 200 tasks, I usually generate about 1,000 resis. If I'm on local, should I go 3 groups of 250? That might be too much. I don't know what your local consists of. You're going to have to play with it to find out, but you don't want to find out tomorrow during drop time. To be safe, I'd run like 150 just to be safe, or get a server. I mean, we got sauce servers are like $15, dude. They're $20 in our Discord right now. Grab one. Put your mech on that. Give me 1 second, guys. All right. So wait, so how many tasks you recommend local and per server? That's the thing. I don't know what your local is. I don't know what your local is. If you have 10 megabytes per second internet and you have dial-up internet, I don't know what to recommend you. I'm running 420 tasks on my local, and I have, here, I'll show you my internet so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. That's my internet, my local internet. And I'm running 420 tasks. And I don't have much. I have like 16 gigabytes of RAM, and that's it, pretty much. So 5 to 1 resi to task ratio, yes. So 200 tasks is 1,000 resis. And then that's going to be it. So same thing with Mech, just like every other bot. I always have backup Gmails. I run 4 or 5 at a time. So I would run 12. I load 12 Gmails into Mech. I open up 4. And then after about 5 or 6 minutes, if I'm not passing splash, I open up 4 more and I close out the ones with the lowest number. So you see Mech has this number up here. That's how many solves each harvester has done. Mech prioritizes the better Gmails. So your higher count, you want to keep those. Those are your better Gmails. If all of them are low, then just close them all out. But if you have one at 25 and then one at 10, close out the one that says 10, open up a new one, and do it that way. How do you find your speed? Just Google internet speed test. How much data would you say you typically use per instance of Mech? Again, it depends on how many tasks I have. I run through, if I'm running 200 tasks for a half an hour, I run through like 2 gigs. You're at 193 download. I would run like maybe 200, 250, maybe 300 tasks. See, I don't know, guys. I don't know how intensive Mech gets because I don't ever max it out. I don't want to find out mid-drop that Mech can't handle 500 tasks on local or 600 tasks. So I go low regardless. But Tanner, again, throw $20 and get a server. If you want to hit and you want to do this correctly, then don't limit yourself tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be insanely high stock. I mean, compared to foam runners and slides, tomorrow's going to be Christmas. Don't limit yourself in running local. We got a group buy with Sauce with a 20% discount. I think, what does it come out to tomorrow? For like $15. Here, hold on. Let me give you an exact number because I'm curious too what the cost is. So a $15 server at 20% off for tomorrow. So it'll cost you $12. Make sure your server can handle a ton of tasks also. A 12 by 12 you should be able to max Mech out tomorrow on a 12 by 12. You should have no issues doing that. None whatsoever. No issues at all. You should be able to run 700 or 800 tasks flawlessly with no issues while watching Pornhub at the same time. Any specific questions on setup, proxies, Gmails, anything like that that you guys don't understand? Now is your time to ask, because I might be changing my live time. If Footsites don't make a change or YS don't make a change, I'm not going live tomorrow at 6:15. I only did that because that's the time Footsites, Finish Line, and DSG, that's the time they usually drop. So ask your questions now before it's too late. But if you're in the Discord, you can ask as many times till as late as you want. Again, this is my local instance, so I'm not maxing my local out. That's my server instance. Because you don't, Santiago, you just don't. You let them rest. That's the rule. So if you have 300 IPs on live, then you can only run 300 tasks. I don't know what their ratio is. I think they may let you run 2-to-1, but on YS, it is never smart to run more IPs than you have. If you have 300 IPs, then you run 300 tasks. Because if they do a ban wave tomorrow and you're running a 3-to-1 ratio, you're done. And I can assure you live is not going to refund you your money either. You have bulk buyers ready or something? No, I'm not running tomorrow. I'm not running for myself. I'm running, majority of my tasks are ACO. Does Prism use 3D solver like Mech? I don't know what that means. Mech doesn't have a 3D solver. You mean the box that pops up? Yes. I just got Mech. I was wondering how many tasks I should run. I'm on an AWS server, by the way. I don't run more than 700 or 800 tasks. I run 3 or 4. This is how I usually run right here. You'll see it on a server. Where am I at right now? 450, 550, 650. So just shy of 800 tasks. That's how I set up my Mech. So if you want, you can duplicate that. I have 3 Resi groups at 150 tasks each, and then I have 326 ISPs up here. How many profiles do I run? Tomorrow I'm running 59. Tomorrow I'm running 59 profiles. Okay, so there you go. You got your answer. Live is 1-to-1 ratio for YS. Should you use multiple different bots at the same time? I'm thinking of running Noble and Mech for Footsites. Yeah, I wouldn't waste your time because they just pushed a Qt change. Footsites just pushed a Qt change, and Mech hasn't done a Qt update. If you want to put resources in Mech, you're more than welcome to, but depending on your server, you should be able to run both, no problem, at the same time. I run 5 bots at the same time. Of course, they're on different servers, but for YS, I run 2 Mechs, 2 Valors, and Prism all the time. If you can keep up with it and you have the resources to do it, then go for it. Go for it. But, oh, guys, if you need to pick up some last-minute proxies, we are now sponsored, and we do have codes for Heaven, Diamond, and Wolf proxies. I'm sure Express One Click is sold out by now. We had a group buy with them at 4 o'clock. You may check them out. They may have some the Yee 1.0s. But if you guys need some Wolf proxies, some Diamond proxies, which is what I run exclusively on YS, there are your codes. How many tasks for Trickle? Trickle can run thousands of tasks. Trickle is a different beast. Because it's CLI, it can run, I mean, I've seen people run 2,000 or 3,000 tasks per instance. So, should you use multiple different Oh, I already answered that question. Absolutely, Maxwell. I'm glad I could help you out. But guys, if you think of a question later on tonight and you're not in the Discord, you can always drop a comment in YouTube. I will always respond. My DMs do get a little hectic now. I'm going to pull back on handing out my Discord messenger only because sometimes I get 15 or 20 and it's constant questions, and then I have the Discord and other things going on as well, and it's starting to get a little hectic. So I'm going to pull back from volunteering the Discord, my personal Discord messenger out. If you guys want to hit me up on Twitter, let me go ahead and give you that now. I have 5 profiles because I just started out, so should I still go for 7? Yes. Run 5 profiles with 700 tasks. But guys, there's also a link to privacy in my description of the video as well. If you guys need privacy, it takes about 20. You won't have it ready for tomorrow because it takes around 24 hours. But you'll have that as well if you need it. You can sign up with that. And then if you guys want to join the Discord, the link is in the description. And then here is my Twitter. So this is my main Twitter if you want to send me a message. if anyone hits or is in the Discord or feels like I help them and they hit a clip or they check something out, they want to tag me along with their proxy companies and their cook groups and all of that, that's where you tag me at there. But if you have questions or something you don't want to put on YouTube, you can always send me a message on my main Twitter account. Milesman, I love sauce servers. About to get another for the drop tomorrow. Yeah, that's all Rodney runs, is he runs sauce servers. And I'm about to switch my Oculus out for sauce as well. So that's gonna be it, guys. I just joined your Discord. Do you think starter for sauce servers is good? I don't know what you're running, Miles. And to be honest, I never go the lowest. Even if I'm running bare minimum, I always go, was 8 cores, 8 gigs. No, go pro. I mean, it's $3. I would go pro just to be safe. Yeah, I run 1200 easy on local. Was going to try trickle and Mech on my server. Not sure if that would be too much with AYCD though on one server. No, if you want to run trickle with AYCD solving, or you want to run trickle with inbot and AYCD is just loaded. The most I run on Mech YS is 1200. Okay. I don't ever push Mech like that. I mean, I'm sure I could, but I've never ran 1200 tasks on Mech. Have you ever heard of SoFlow cook group? If so, what are your thoughts or recommend cook groups? So I've heard of SoFlow. I watched his YouTube channel when I first started botting. Pretty informative. I mean, I used to watch his videos all the time when I was learning. But I'd never been a part of his cook group, so I can't talk about the information that's in there. I can only go based on the cook groups I've been in. And right now I am in Nest and I am in AK. And top of the board is AK. Top of the board is AK. They have more information than I know what to do with. And it's just insane the amount of information that they have, from plushies to Chipotle thing codes. I mean, it's just insane. Because you have your cook groups that all have like the same information, like the random, like the major drops and things like that. And then you have a group like AK that just goes above and beyond and gets you like absolutely everything. Like information that you'd never even think is even possible to get that they have. Have you ever heard, if we set up on a server now, do we have to keep the server running until the drop? Ask Sauce. But no, it's not like AWS. You log in like you would a monthly server and it stays there. Just don't shut the server down. But servers are always running. Never shut a server down. Never go to the server unless you have to for an update or something and go and click Windows and then click shut down. Just close out of it like up here. Like right up here if you have to. And that'll just close the window and then you just open up remote desktop and sign right back in. Fastest way to burn 1.3 gigs alive. My backup plan won't be active until I burn the 1.3 gigabytes. You mean like right now? Monitor Shop Nice or monitor Kith for dunks. Or take a product link of something that's loaded and run 100 preload tasks for 10 minutes. That'll kill your 1.3. AK is so good. Yeah, AK is good, Sammy. I've been a part of SoFlow. It's a great cook group for beginners, and he gives valuable info. But once you get decent, you want to switch. Sure. I mean, Miles, me and Rodney started. I think Rodney may still be in there, but I started with a cook group +1, and I outgrew it. The information there wasn't lucrative for me anymore. So, but I was stupid when I first started. I had 3 cook groups. I had 15 resi companies. I had, 6 different ISP companies. I had, I was spending $5,500 on Prism. Like I was not smart when I first started, which is one of the reasons I'm doing what I'm doing now, is so I can try to steer people in the right direction so they're not spending an obscene amount of money trying to learn how to do this when it's not necessary. It's not necessary. You can rent your entire botting career and never have to buy a single bot, and you still do just as good as someone who owns a bot, and you never have to own one. So, okay, AK is a group you will need, and when you get in, yeah. If you get into AK, you won't leave AK. There's no growing out of AK. And that's one of the things that set apart AK as well, is that when I first got in, I had a few questions about something and I was ready to get trolled. You know how when you ask a question in a general and you're like ready for the next person to troll you, and you see that the notification, like someone answered you, was on, you're ready, like, oh shit, I wonder what he said. And it's like, hey bro, what's up? Welcome. Here's the answer. Bop, bop, bop. And if you need anything, let me know. And you're like, wait, what? I don't understand. That guy's there's nice people here. So it was definitely a change of pace. Definitely a change of pace. But yeah, go to their Twitter if you want and join their wait list. I'm not affiliated with AK. I only tell you guys what I use. But I don't get paid for representing AK or anything like that. All right, guys. So I want to be done. So if there's no more valid questions, I'm going to go ahead and sign off, and I will be back again tomorrow. I will update my time tonight. If I don't go live at 6:15, that means nothing has changed. If everything stays for 10 o'clock, then I'm going to go live at 9 tomorrow. I don't think 45 minutes is enough to get ready for all these sites. So I'll go live at 9, and we'll set up for our 10 o'clock Shopify. We'll set up for DSG manual, and we'll set up for, we'll set up for YS as well. All right. Guys, smash that like button if you haven't already. Please run it up for me. Subscribe, turn on post notifications. We do go live for every major drop to set up and to cop. And also, if you need more hands-on help, bot help, support, Gmails, proxies, AYCD, servers, it doesn't matter. Join the cook group, the Discord group below. It is not a cook group. There are not monitors. There are no ATC links or anything like that. But we will help you get from where you are to where you want to be. It is $10 initial and $10 a month. And the link is in the description. You guys have a great Friday night. Don't get too drunk. Early day tomorrow, potentially. If not, I'll see you guys at 9 o'clock.